We got Commanders at Bears on Thursday night, and while this isn't the most aesthetically pleasing matchup, there are a few things to watch. For Washington, it's getting late early in the season. They're 1-4. They're 3 games back of the rest of the NFC East. And Ron Rivera threw a log on the fire this week. When asked what separates the Commanders from the rest of the division, Rivera answered simply, quarterback. So whether he meant to do it or not, that puts Carson Wentz on the spot, particularly after Wentz threw a back-breaking interception in a loss to the Titans on Sunday. As for the rebuilding Bears, Matt Eberflus's group has been remarkably competitive through 5 weeks, and though they lost to the Vikings on Sunday, they came back from a 21-3 deficit, and Justin Fields may have played his best half as a pro, so plenty for Chicago to build on Thursday night.
Hey everybody, it's Fabs here, and the big fantasy storyline in the Washington-Chicago game on Thursday night is, well, I'm not sure that there is one. There's not going to be a lot of fantasy points scored in this game, but I am looking at the Commanders' backfield. Last week, Brian Robinson came back from injury and led the backfield in touches. This is still going to be a committee with Antonio Gibson and J.D. McKissic also in the mix, but if you're starting a Washington running back this week against the Bears defense that's given up the 9th most fantasy points to the position, it's probably Robinson. In fact, Gibson is now almost unstartable from a fantasy perspective.
What are we looking at for Thursday Night Football? We're looking for Darnell Mooney to have more than 44.5 receiving yards. Here's why. Justin Fields had his best outing of the season last Sunday, passing for 208 yards and a touchdown and finishing with a passer rating of 118.8. So though he started slowly, maybe they're on to something in Chicago. It's great news for Darnell Moody, who's playing 90% of the snaps, and he leads all Chicago receivers with 21 targets, 193 yards, 350 targeted air yards, and a 25% target share. Now, the Commanders have allowed an average of 190 yards per game to opposing wideouts, so Mooney should be able to see at least 45.